everybody, my name is Kiahonfire and welcome to an Enshrouded video. Today I'm going to be showing you all the building blocks in the game and we get to see them all today and how they look. This is not the only row as well, there is a row behind this row, so we will check them all out so you can have a look at the different designs and see what you would like to build with. I will say if you're looking for a locations guide for every single building block in the game, including a special one at the end, definitely check out the video I'm going to tag in the corner, top right corner, or I will put it in the end cards. It will show you how to get every single block in the game. First we'll start with the classical rough wood block. I think we've all seen this before, but of course we've got to cover all the building blocks, so I don't want to miss out in today's video, but we'll make it short and sweet. Next is our rough stone block, which again only takes stones, so it's a really easy one to build, but it has quite a nice aesthetic for early on, and you can make quite a nice house with it. Don't miss out on the rough flintstone block. Not only is it really easy to get, it's really good looking, and I really like the aesthetic of this block. The tightly knitted stones and just the whole design of it looks really nice for not much effort. That only takes flint, so worth checking out. Shroud wood block is up next, and you'd think this one wouldn't look that good, but it actually really does for shroud wood. It looks really clean. I love it, so definitely worth checking this one out. It does come with a border on the end of it. You probably notice a lot of these have like little borders towards the edge of the foundation, or something going on with the pillars that come off of them, so just bear that in mind as well. That could be an extra aesthetic thing coming off of your house. This next one, I don't know what you'd use it for, but it's the Mycelium overgrown block. Maybe you can make a creepy dungeon, or maybe you're thinking of making a mushroom castle, and in that case this would be really good for it, as it has many mushrooms and overgrowth on it. Lots of growth on these blocks. They look a little gross, but if you like that, then it's great. This next one is our luminescent block, and we have a look here. It kind of looks like, it reminds me of like a prison cell or something, but in blue, and it has this kind of pasty growth stuff on it, like veiny stuff. But that being said, it's a free light source, so it's quite a good block that way and provides some light. I wish this one wasn't so annoying to make, but it's a tarred wood block. You'll be charring up a lot of mushrooms for this one, but it has like really prominent borders on this design. But I really like the log cabin feel of it as well. I mean, look at this, like the proper big old logs going on. This next one is our refined wood block, so we get to have a look at this. This is really clean, and it has quite interesting looking pillars, because it has like border lines on each of the pillar borders. But it's a very clean looking wood design. I really like it, so if you want something like a nice clean wall in your house or something, this will do it. Half timbered block, one of my favorites honestly, because it's a little to effort building piece. Very easy to make, and the aesthetic of the whole wall right here is gorgeous. It makes really good windows, it makes really good doorways, and the wood on the floor is really clean as well, I must admit, and the pillars are pretty good as well. So highly recommend this block. Bone blocks, something you can find in a creepy dungeon and for your dungeon. One thing I warn you with bone blocks though, is you have too many in your house, they will start playing creepy music to you. That's a fun fact about bone blocks, I suppose. Weathered stone block. Fancy a dungeon or maybe a castle? Honestly, this really doesn't feel that weathered until you see the bones sticking out of it. Yes, the only unfortunate design about this is it gets bones at the bottom of the pillars and at the base of the walls, so bear that in mind when building with this block. Well block. This is inspired by the wells you go around and play with, so if you want something similar in design, then you go for it, and it has quite a nice pattern on the floor, and this lovely greeny emeraldy kind of look going on here. It's definitely something to behold and has quite a nice design, so maybe worth looking at too. This next one is a castle wall stone block, and you'd think it wouldn't look as green and moldy as this, but it does. It has quite a lot of moss going on in the edges of it, but it's quite a cool design all the same. If you're looking for like an older castle type build, it definitely fits. This next block is our Citywall block, which looks really nice and clean of a stone block. There is a ton of stone blocks we'll be going through in this one, but I think this is quite a nice contender. This next one is a refined sandstone block, which honestly I feel like it's like the wrong design for refined, but the flooring's really nice because you've got like tiling, and on the top of the pillars, of course, they are extra sandy because they've been in the desert. but it looks cool all the same. This next one is our regular sandstone block. So having a look at this. This is your regular sandstone, you'll find out. Looks very sandy. Not much to say here, but if you fancy a desert design, it will definitely do. This one is a rough sandstone block, which honestly has quite a nice aesthetic. I really like the flooring on this one, as it has a terracotta type finish to it. But a very strong contender, really easy to farm for as well, if you like that look. This next one is our palm wood block, which I really love the wood on this one. Highly recommend checking it out. Got this really nice wood lace design, and then the building pieces look really good as well. Really easy one to grab again for a nice look, so worth investing in. Next is our limestone block, which is again really easy to get. Looks pretty decent as well. Interesting, like stony looking floor, very light looking pillars, and a bricked wall. Now we have our roughly cut stone block, which honestly doesn't really feel like roughly cut at all. It looks really clean apart from the floor. A really good aesthetic again, good for like castles or something like that. We're fighting off the sunlight, but I got rid of some trees for these next few ones. This next one is fired bricks block, and it looks, well, as you expect it. Really like the modern touch to this one, especially on the flooring. If you like brick, it definitely does the job. This one is Desert Citywall, which honestly the picture makes it look way more mangled than it actually is. I really like the look of this very clean block, so definitely worth it, and not too expensive either. This is Desert Temple block coming up next. Looking gorgeous. One of the ones that comes towards the end of the game. Has really nice flooring and very clean blocks with a design in the middle of red and blue, as you can vaguely see it. Love the pillaring on this one though, looks really pretty. This next one is refined stone block. A lot of stone blocks in this game. I am not kidding you guys. Lovely, another again clean block. If you like this aesthetic, then you go for it. It's got like groves in the top of the pillar and the top of the wall, so that could be something nice to look at. Fancy stone block. I really like this one because of the borders on it. Has this wooden border on the bottom that's done for you. The floor is a little rough and ready, kind of looks like a tavern floor. A few glass has been smashed in it and stuff like that, but I really like the trim on this block. This next one is the highly polished stone block, so very polished and marbled block, kitchen floor type deal, or maybe a garden outside aesthetic floor. Got a trim up the top and very clean bricks. Moving on to our metals, we got metal block. If you want, I don't know what you build with this, but I guess I think metal, maybe you're building a robot or something. It's got a bit of rusting on there, so that could be nice for that type of deal. And some of the chains in the metal is also broken. Copper block, this one, quite easy to make. I really like how you can see the greeny bits on it as well. Kind of brings in that big copper feel, as you can see. And yeah, look at it, very nice. Oh, the sun's going down. We've got to quickly go over these last ones. Bronze block is our next one, which I would never really want to make, but it looks very fancy. Bronze is quite costly in this game, but my oh my, if you want some type of golden castle, this thing does the trick if you're ready to farm for it. This next one, iron block. Now this looks pretty cool as well, very similar to the bronze, but in like kind of a silvery tone, which is also nice. So again, if you wanted a silver castle or something like that, then this could be achieved with this. And the very last one, a regular stone block, which again looks really nice and clean, has this kind of design on the side. Just realized we don't have a pillar. Let me quickly put that down for you. Here we go, beautiful. So there we go, just as the sun sets. I will say there's this weird bug with this last one, which is why I put it last. It keeps putting stone blocks randomly around the place, as you can see these flying ones, which is very peculiar. I don't know if it's just I put it in a weird place, but at least you get to kind of see what it looks like all the same. Just be wary of that. I'm sure they will fix it. Apart from that, that is all the building blocks, and hopefully you've gotten a really good idea from this video which ones you would like to use. Again, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, if you want to know how to get particular blocks, go and look at that other video I've made, and there are timestamps all over it for each and every block. So if you see one mentioned here today, you're like, oh, I really like that, then you go to that video, find where it is, and you can go and grab it straight away. Easy peasy done. Hopefully this video helps though. I know it's been a little bit long-winded, But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I have loads of Enshrouded content. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.